just could not get it done over the Nuggets yesterday in Denver, despite Jokic sitting out. Golden State shoots only 21% from three in this one. They're now 9-30 on the road this season, and they're sitting in that aforementioned 6th seed in the West that Skip just talked about. Shannon, are you ready to write off Golden State?
I'm not ready to completely write them off, Skip, but I don't think they can fix their road. I don't think their road struggles are fixable. And look, I mean, they're 32-8 at home, which is one of the best records in the NBA. Yep. But they have one of the worst road records at 9-30. Mm-hmm. Now, Skip, I get it that Andrew Wiggins has not played since the 13th of February.
He has not.
But even when Wiggs was there, they were 5-13 on the road. So it wasn't like they were a 500 team or they were above 500 on the road. They've been a bad road team regardless who's been in the starting lineup. Whether it's Clay, whether it's Steph, whether it's Draymond, whether it's Wiggs, it does not matter. They've been a bad road team. I just don't see how you can be this bad in the regular season on the road because you're not going to have home court advantage. So that means you're going to have to win some games on the road. And considering they've only won 9 games, you play 82. You play 41 at home and 41 on the road. They've only won 9 games thus far on the road. And so I'm supposed to say the Deuce, but you know, they got that pedigree. Yeah, but we looked last year, they were the 3 seed. They got hot. They started peaking at the right time. When are they going to peak? Steph had 21 points on 8 of 28 shooting. He was 2 of 14 from the 3. Clay has scored 25, but he was 9 of 28. 5 of 16 from the 3. So if your 2 best shooters go 7 of 30 from the 3-point line and you shoot 21% as a team, Skip, you're probably going to lose that game.
Probably.
Even when the other team doesn't have their best player in the lineup.
They don't.
And that's what happened yesterday. I know, Skip. I'm not ready to write them off, but I'm going to say there's a less than a milk chance of 2% that they're going to make any noise in the playoffs if they get in. It looks like the way they playing, they trending towards, hold on. Golden State. What Golden State? Oh, Golden State. Okay, they got OKC at home. Okay, at San Antonio, at Sacramento, at Portland. And we saw what Portland just pulled off yesterday without basically their whole team.
They had 4 out of their down 4 starters. Shannon Sharpe started.
It come down by little cuz. Little cuz did it. No, we don't we know relationships, Skip. We know relationships. We don't. But Skip, OKC, they're fighting. Shai Gilgeous, now they lost to KD them last night, but he had a 39-piece. He playing his tail off. He might be all NBA players. But Golden State got their work cut out for them. They still got 2 more games on the road, and they're going to need these games. Sacramento ain't no easy out.
No. So I watched the entirety of this game last night because I thought, okay, no Jokic, you got to win this one. Right? Because you don't have Andrew Wiggins. He's out for personal reasons. I don't know what's going on there. And you almost have to treat it like an injury because everybody's got their injuries that they've had to go through. So you don't have him, but you still have the guts of, the core of a championship team. You still have a Steph Curry. You elevated him to your top 10, right?
Yes.
Some people still think he's the best player in basketball.
And, you know, some people are ready to put him in front of Magic as the greatest point guard.
Okay,
I ain't really go that far.
Okay, we got all that going on, and he's still shooting 43% from 3, which is really good.
That's crazy.
It's crazy good. Clay is still shooting 41% from 3. That'll work. But when they combine last night to go 7 of 30 from 3, which is 23%, you're going to lose.
And 21% as a team from 3.
And when Jordan Poole got his minutes cut last night, and I don't know why, because he made 7 of 13 shots on the floor, but he missed all 3 of his threes. So when your big 3 shooters go 7 actually of 33 from 3, you're probably going to lose. And Jamal Murray said, oh, you guys want it? Don't want it? I got this. And he came up big, especially in the fourth quarter. And he made 3 out of 8 threes for the game. And so
Michael Porter Jr. was huge.
They were all huge. They all chipped in and they all did their parts. But I just couldn't believe that in a game Steph talked about after the game, we needed this game badly, and he shot 2 of 14 from 3. It happens. You know.
Absolutely.
He's the greatest shooter ever, but when you shoot from the distance he shoots from with the regularity he shoots, it's going to mostly come and sometimes go.
Yeah, but the next team better be careful because he'll mess around and go 10 or 16 from 3 the next game.
Okay. But when you look at what they did from the floor, 17 of 56, it's horrendously bad because the game is begging to be won on the road, and instead you lose your 30th road game. That is incomprehensible. You want to know how much money you could have won in Vegas off that bet?
Yeah.
That they would have 30 road losses as the defending champs. It's the most road losses any defending champs ever had. And duh, I mean, how could it not be, right? So what is missing here? Well, the shooting comes and it goes, but mainly what's missing is they finished top 5 in defense last year. They were 5th. Right now, they are 18th in defensive efficiency. It's just, the drive isn't there. The desire isn't there. The edge isn't there. They don't want to play defense. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. If they drift backwards, if they don't get out of the play-in, heck, at this point, they could even miss the play-in the way this thing's going. But if they flame completely out, I can tell you who's going to be on the hot seat. Somebody upstairs is going to say, maybe we need a new voice. Maybe we need
Steve Kerr?
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
no, he ain't going nowhere.
No, I don't
Now,
know.
with 4 championships in 6 years,
Okay,
Skip.
but at some point, you know how those owners are, because I know Laker, they are spoiled, rotten in a good way, because they've been spoiled by all this championship run. At some point, somebody's going to say, well, maybe it's time. Steve's getting a little burned out. They're getting a little burned out on him. Maybe we need a new voice in the locker room.
And that's when Steph Curry says, you know what? I'm kind of getting burned out with the Bay. I think I want to go elsewhere.
Could be.
Steve Kerr, I think Steve Kerr and Steph Curry, they signed me to where they're attached. Skip. They're not parting.
Okay, you could be right, but I'm looking at the fourth quarter last night. Clay went 2 of 8. I'm about to show you how he did that. Steph went 1 for 8 in the fourth quarter. Wow, 1 for 6 from 3. Well, those are the kind of numbers he was putting up against your Cavaliers when they blew the 3-1 lead, okay? And yet, Clay almost saved them, and it was interesting to me, Steph just deferred to Clay down the stretch. And if we could see what Clay did, he hits a jump shot first, if we could see what happens. First, he takes it over here, and he goes up and that's a 2-point shot, and he ripped that. And then he makes that incredible, like a miraculous shot from that was an air ball by Steph, and Clay shot that falling out of bounds.
That's a horse shot.
Yeah, that was like that Matt Ryan made for your Lakers earlier this year. And then Steph just whips it right back. That was a good pass and a good
that was.
And it was right on line. It was just too far. And then he tries it. He gets a second look at it, and Jamal just flies through and gets fingertips on it.
And the thing about it, Jamal Murray, he blocks it with his left because he knows, like, man, if I try to get it with my right, I'm going to foul him.
That is true. And he got just a little bit of leather, and that was the end of that deal. And they survived by, 2 points?
2 points.
Okay, so now back to the question. Do I think that they're still somewhat dangerous? I can't get around the fact, we keep bringing this up, they're still Golden State, and they still got Steph and Clay, and Draymond, his numbers keep shrinking a little bit and shrinking a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's hard to write them completely off. So is there such a thing as 1% milk? Did you buy 1%? Is it only 2%?
It's only 2%.
I don't trust that it's actually 2%. They actually measure that out, but maybe. But if there's such a thing as 1% milk, I'm going to buy the 1%.
Okay.
Because they've shown you through the whole year, we're not the same.
Right.
The truth is, God's truth is, they never were the same after Draymond punched Jordan Poole before the season started and somebody leaked it. If nobody had leaked that video, I think it would have come and it would have gone.
Yes.
Because nobody knew Jordan punched Steve Kerr in the face in practice until Sam Smith wrote about it in the book.
All you did was heard about it. We still didn't see it.
About Jordan. No,
Jordan.
We didn't see it. No, we never saw it. He punched Steve Kerr and he punched Vanderbilt's own Will Perdue.
It's something about to actual see it.
I agree. Because you got to see him just attack. And it was along the baseline, just out of bounds. And he rocked him. Dropped him. Okay? And it's somehow, with the best culture in the NBA, they never, it got fractured.
It got out of hand.
Right?
You would have never thought this about that team.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Skip, look, we don't understand that Draymond is the muscle. He's the pulse, the heartbeat of the team.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm looking around the guys and I'm like, there ain't nobody on this team squabbling. Ain't nobody going to even get to the other person to that level. that something like this might pop off like that. So it's very interesting. We probably won't ever know. We hear a lot of, well, it was because of this and what he said this and he said that. We probably won't ever know what led to this, but it just didn't start in that practice.
No.
It don't start in practice. I see a lot of fights, but you see it brew over time, Skip. You say something here, and okay, you can tell, like, hey, sooner or later, these two gonna come to play. So it's gonna come to a head sooner or later, because the other one ain't letting it go.
Look, it's just hard to believe that Steph Curry is going to miss the playoffs or get lost in the play-in and lose some game in the play-in. They've done it before.
Right.
Okay, they got beat by Memphis. Right, at home.
Yep.
But it's just hard to believe off their legacy of just this last year when they broke back through that it's going to happen. But what sign of life have you seen? Well, you've seen lots of sign at home. They just can't win on the road.
But unfortunately, they're going to start the playoffs on the road.
They are.
So they're already going to probably start down 0-2.
Unless they can go steal a game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, it's the proverbial, can you flip the switch when the playoffs come? I don't think you can.
Ain't no switch to flip.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Well said.
Steve Kerr called the performance mindless, guys. Ouch. Charles Oakley weighed in on the GOAT debate, but I think his take is going to surprise a lot of folks.
No, it ain't.
Let's dive in on the other side of this break.